So, why don't we talk about how we met?
Yeah, how did we meet?
Well, it's a very short story. It took us like a week to move in together, right?
Yeah, usually when people say stories like these, they'll say, okay, long story short, no, we're going to do a short story made long.
Yeah, short story long instead of long story short.
So
short story long, we start with you.
Yeah, short story long, I made a Badoo account because I was lonely. And I was notified that this person right here had looked at my profile. And I guess when you first create an account on that dating app, it like gives you a little trial of premium. So it immediately gave me the option to message her. And I was confused. I thought that we had matched and I just didn't know. So I was like, hi. And she immediately friend-zoned me. She was like, you live in Pennsylvania? No.
Yeah, because I grew up out here. What I was doing was, I was at the point where I was just about to just completely just quit doing anything dating, because the dating pool went from when you're during the pandemic and everyone's just online because they can't meet, to just a bunch of weirdos again. And I couldn't leave the house, and so I was just about to just be screw it. And so this one day I was like, I want to see how far I can scroll in the nearby people on this single app Badoo, because they had this nearby function. And so I spent half an hour scrolling until it stopped loading, and then scrolling down on the nearby, so nobody was actually nearby anymore.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. And I just it loaded, and I saw his friggin' stupid face and his stupid jawline and stupid sweet eyes. I was just like, there's a chance this person could actually be close enough. So yeah, I clicked on his profile, scrolled, I was like, oh, this guy's just perfect. Except for the part where he's like, if you already have kids, don't talk to me. That was kind of weird.
I did that?
You said something with that. It was, I think it's weird now because it's nothing about you. You're not actually really, it was just, but anyways, I was like, oh, he's perfect. And then I saw the location and I was like, 3,000 miles away. And I hit the back button on my phone and closed the app. And he messaged me 2 hours later. Mm-hmm. And I friend-zoned him, obviously.
I was just on break at work. And the funny thing is, I only made the account because I was watching, admittedly, it was a YouTube video about this girl's horror stories on, or her one worst horror story with an online dating app. Mm-hmm. And there was a certain point that I was like, I kind of miss having a girlfriend.
You didn't really have a girlfriend for very long, though.
No, I didn't.
So, what happened was I friend-zoned him, but I was like, let's just be kind of like pen pals. And then my cat decided to have her second seizure. She's only had 2 seizures. We're talking about Kit Kat, the old, hobbled, ancient cat, okay? She had her second seizure, and I was like, oh my goodness. My life went from this beautiful freaking lake to in 30 seconds. And all the ripples. And somehow, those ripples, they're gonna get to the other side of the lake. Just like how my problems somehow made it all the way to his life. So yeah, when my cat had her seizure, what were you thinking? Because we were just bros.
First of all, I was thinking, well, I guess this is my problem now.
Why?
I was kidding. No, my main thing was, I don't know this girl, but hey, I'll pray for her anyway because that's the right thing to do.
And what's crazy is in that time, when I was freaking out about the seizure and stuff, I wanted to take my cat to the vet, and my parents were like, she's 12 years old. Well, she's 15 now, so but they're like, she's gonna die eventually. Why don't you just let it happen. And I was like, no, I want to take her to the vet. I want to see what the heck's going on. And so my mom reluctantly drove me to Tacoma, to the nearest emergency. Yes, to the nearest 24-hour emergency vet at like 8 o'clock at night.
Dude, you didn't tell me it was in
Tacoma. Yeah, it was in Tacoma. And around the time you got off work or something, and everyone was like telling me that it wasn't really that big of a deal in my life, except for you. You actually were emphasizing with me. Do you remember that? Do you remember?
First of all, the word's not emphasize, it's sympathize.
Whatever.
Emphasize is putting emphasis on something.
Empathize is what I meant to say.
Empathy. I had empathy for you. Or sympathy. What? Whatever.
You had feelings.
I felt for you. I felt for you.
You actually had emotions, unlike like 90% of men that I found on that site.
Mm-hmm. In a similar vein, I had like 5 different dating apps on my phone all the time, and like I had like about that many different matches as well. None of them were responding to me. You were the only one that responded to me.
Well, yeah, because I was in the waiting room of an emergency vet clinic while my cat was being examined and getting like an MRI and crap. Like, and it was, you like, what I remember most of that conversation is that, like, you actually cared, and you said something along the lines of, because I was all scared, because I was in Tacoma, and I don't think you understood my anxiety at that point, but
no, I didn't.
I was scared, and I was telling you that I was scared, and what did you tell me?
I don't remember, actually.
You really don't remember?
I really don't remember.
Well, I remember like yesterday. What you told me was that you said that you would stay up until I felt safe. That you would talk to me and make sure that I was okay. And you know what's funny? You only knew I existed for like maybe a day or two at that point. And that kind of flipped a switch in my brain. I don't know if you noticed instantly, but after that, my brain was like, wait, I can't friend zone this doofus. You know?
Yeah.
And that next day, I believe, was the first time we ever had a phone call. Also, I'm not on camera anymore, sir. Anyways.
How do you know that?
Sir, distraction level.
Sir, legs are hurting because I'm squatting.
Why don't you move?
You move.
Okay.
We talked for a while, and like you're the only person that I could genuinely talk on the phone with for like hours on end.
Do you remember the first thing you said to me when I picked up the phone when you called me?
I said something like, wow, you have a really pretty voice.
And all I said was, hello?
Mm-hmm.
And then that same first phone call, I believe, was the time that I bought tickets to fly to Pennsylvania.
No, it wasn't the first. It was not the first call. No, it was definitely.
Well, I was at least thinking about it in the first call. Then when was it?
It was about a week later when I was like, "Can I just okay. pay for your ticket and move you to Pennsylvania?" That was
a week
like
later, because I felt like it was more like we waited a week after I bought the tickets because that's how far out the flight was.
Look, I don't remember.
Either way, there was a week.
This all happened within like 2 weeks.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, I was decorating the Christmas tree. Sorry, I can't feel my leg. I was...
Same. You and I have more in common than I initially thought.
We should get married.
Yeah, I think we should.
But like...
And we should do it after... We should get engaged after knowing each other for 2 months and then get married a month later.
That's what happened, yeah. 2 weeks after that, I moved to Pennsylvania, officially. I moved in with him, 2 of his brothers, and their girlfriends.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a mess in that house.
Yeah, it was insane. And apparently you told nobody that I was going to be staying. So when I ended up not leaving, everyone was upset about it.
Yeah, well, my brother brought 2 girlfriends to live with us as well, and he never said anything, so I figured it wasn't going to be any different with me. But then we moved into an apartment 2 months later anyway, so really, you only lived there for 2 months, so
2 months
they shouldn't have had a problem with
agony.
It. I know.
Oh, they got so mad when we got Maria.
Well.
Anyways, though, And we moved out in 2 months, yes. And by that point in time, we were already married.
Yeah, we got
So
our
that
apartment,
means
and then a
our
week
wedding
later.
anniversary- Our wedding anniversary is in a month.
Yeah. Wait, our wedding anniversary. Today is our 3-year anniversary of first being engaged, and then we're gonna
First.
and then we're
'Cause
gonna
we've been
engage.
engaged more than once.
We're gonna engage again, and then again and again to relive the magic of marriage.
Well, what are we engaging in?
The devil.
You farted before you said that.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't.
I heard something that sounded like a fart coming from your general direction.
Bro, I really didn't.
Okay. We are not partaking in the devil, I promise. I wanted to talk about, like, how we got engaged a little bit more. Because it was definitely a different than usual situation.
I didn't. You're expecting me to say, like, I got on my hand. I got
You
down
got
on my
on your
knee-
hands and knees.
hands and knees. I got down on one knee, gave her a diamond ring, and was like, "Will you marry me?" No, one day, after like a week of you saying, "Hey, we should get married,"
It was more than a week.
well,
But
more than a week of you getting,
after our first month together,
more than a week of you suggesting, "Hey, we should get married," I was at first apprehensive because I was like, "Marriage sounds like a lot right now." Like, I think the idea of it kind of scared me because I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
oh, so you have regrets now.
I didn't say I have regrets. I just said that at the time.
I know.
I thought in the video. Can you please cut this section out?
I'm gonna have to with how loud that car is. Good heavens! That is the sound of someone's manhood dying.
Of someone's dick.
What in the world? I get motorcycles being loud, but they're like miles away now. We've been listening to them for like 5 minutes, driving down the highway. They're that far away.
Mm-hmm.
Good heavens.
Can you say one more thing about our 3-year engagement anniversary?
Yes, I had a lot more to say, actually. I wanted to say that I always wanted to be married. And here I was with the man of my dreams, who's a little too close to me right now. Just kidding.
Oh, I see.
I'm kidding.
Is this good enough?
No.
Is this good enough?
Closer.
Further?
Closer.
Further? Okay, that's good. Continue your story.
Okay. And here I was, and then our pastors, they like wanted to meet with us to talk about something. I didn't really know what it was, but also I wasn't like super naive. They met with us and they were like, "You are living in sin." And I was like, "My dude, I have been living in sin for the last 7 years." But I didn't say that to them, but but they're like, "You're living in sin. You need to get married. You guys are living together." And I was basically like, "Well, that's the plan, I hope. But this one won't make up his mind."
Well, it did, eventually.
Yeah, well, throughout that meeting, they convinced him more like spiritually and factually in a Christian mindset why we should have gotten like planned at least getting married, and we left the church that day walking out and me asking, "So are we engaged now?" And what did you say back?
No, you Dorkosaurus. I'm kidding.
That's not what he said. What'd you say?
Not what I said at all. I said, "Sure, I guess."
He did, but not in that tone of voice. You did say, "Sure, I guess." No, but
It wasn't out of. It wasn't
You're
because
like,
I wasn't.
"Yeah, sure,
It wasn't.
yes."
It wasn't because I was unsure of loving you. It was because I was afraid of marriage.
why were you afraid of marriage?
Because it sounded like suddenly there was going to be a lot more responsibilities.
Oh, well, that and your family wasn't like mine. So to you, marriage was people screaming at each other, and to me, marriage was people loving each other. Yeah?
Yeah.
But regardless. Birds. Anyways, sorry.
I don't know if you could see him in video.
But yeah, so we walked out engaged, and I think everyone was kind of surprised. Was anyone in your family surprised? Oh wait, yeah, your brother wasn't happy. He said you'd regret it.
Wait, which brother? The older one?
Yeah,
He didn't say I was gonna regret it.
he did. And to my face, at least. At least he told it to me.
Oh, he never
So,
told it to me, but he later did realize that we were serious about it and that we didn't regret it.
I hope so. Because he never
I know-
said anything to me.
I know so.
But anyways, and then my parents, they kind of laughed when I told them.
They said you were gonna end up in a ditch.
Well, when I moved,
When you moved,
to
yes.
Pennsylvania, yeah, they were like, "You're gonna end up in a ditch," and then I was like, "I'm engaged. I told you so."
And then
And
they
then-
flew out
Yeah.
so they could see our wedding, and they were like, "Well, I guess you proved us wrong." And then I think we
Well, then they took us out to dinner,
to
and when we were
Red
walking
Lobster, right?
into Red Lobster for dinner, I told my dad, I shoved him and I said, "I told you so," because we had a bet on it, okay, which is kind of funny. And he turned to me, and this is why he doesn't admit that I actually won the bet even yet. And he said, "Well, we'll have to wait and see. Tell me on your 5-year anniversary."
2 more years to go.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So,
In 2 years, we'll make a follow-up video.
in 2 years, I'm hoping to have an actual reception, but I don't know. The house should come first. We don't even really have rings. We have he lost his because that's how important I am. I'm kidding.
Okay.
And I never wear mine, and it's rubber anyways. So
Marriage is more than what you wear.
marriage is more than what you wear if it's a ring. But if you wear your husband, it's okay.
And if I could end this on actually a really nice, quote, marriage is more than just saying you love someone. Marriage is being supportive of them.
I want to get us together. You're going to want to turn the camera around. Get over here.
Okay.
How important is marriage?
I don't feel like being on video.
I don't care. I'm going to kiss you.
Help! I'm being violated. I was gonna say something really sweet for a quote at the end, but then
Yeah?
I
What are you
didn't.
going to say?
Marriage is more than just telling someone you love them. Marriage is actions.
We act married.
She acts like
I act,
something I can't say.
I act more like your sister than your wife, I feel like.
Okay. No, Alabama, if you're my sister. No.
Alabama.
Ah!
My wood. Now. But you won't do. That was satisfying. And it's a floater.
Mm-hmm.